So I guess about a week ago, you asked a question on that revolver video about whether or not it was real or fake, and I gave my explanation, but I want to show a video of just what exactly it was I was talking about. This is not a revolver. This is one of my personal carries. The safety's on so it won't fire. What makes that revolver so dangerous and what happened, there's a number of different trigger and hammer combinations and configurations that you have to know about in order to know how a gun is going to operate. Not every handgun is designed the same way. And revolvers are particularly dangerous because they have no safety and they have no way to safely decock the gun once it's cocked. So, and they have no easy way to unload. This is a pistol, not a revolver. It's a 9mm and it's a H&K. But if we unload it, and I need to set the phone down for a second, confirm that it's empty. So it's empty. This is a dual action trigger, similar to what you find in a revolver. The only difference is the slide here. It's not a revolver, it's a pistol. So what dual action means is it has two ways of firing, or two modes. The first is pulling the trigger activates the hammer, and it's got quite a bit of resistance because you're going against the hammer, and that's single fire. Let me put this safety back on, even though it's unloaded. What dual action means, watch the trigger here. When you pull back on the hammer, it pulls the trigger back too. That makes the trigger much easier to pull, and that's known as a hair trigger mode. So what happened with that kid is he was trying to hold on to the hammer, pull the hammer back and the trigger at the same time, and gently release the hammer, but the problem is the hammer still fired the gun. So when it comes to revolvers, they do not have this lever, this decocking lever, safely moves the hammer back down. It actually places a physical barrier between the hammer and the bullet, so that it's physically impossible for the hammer to make contact and fire the gun. And you flip it back up and it's back on safety. So with the safety on, the safety also puts that physical barrier there, so if you look, pulling it all the way back physically prevents the gun from shooting. When it's in fire mode, it will actually fire, and for safety reasons I'm not going to do that. Always treat a gun as if it's loaded. So anyways, that's why a